And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine this morning. And as you rise, the temperature outside in the great state of Alabama, or at least the great city of Alabama, it is the great city of Montgomery in Alabama. It's 57 degrees. Heat wave today. Okay, Deepville is Deepsville is reporting that today a high of 70 degrees. But right now it is 57 degrees outside and with some clouds in the sky. Not much wind to speak of because it's only 2 miles per hour, and those are coming in as gusts. So, for the day, you are pretty good, I would say. Okay. Forecast for the rest of the day today, cloudy early with peaks of sunshine, as expected late near, I don't know, 75 degrees, winds east southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. On tonight, a 9% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies, 52 degrees, winds light and variable. And on tomorrow, according to the weatherman, believe it or not, heat wave, a high of 80 degrees. Oh, yeah. I like that. I like that. At least I like that temporarily. Sunshine and clouds mix, high around 80 degrees tomorrow. Winds light and variable. Precipitation today, only a 15% chance. Pollen is at moderate stage. Air quality, according to these guys, is unhealthy. I guess because of pollen and things of that nature. I'm not exactly sure. I like air wherever I can get it. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Time to get up and play Rita Pearson. Okay, I actually did play her last week. Okay, can't play her this week. But hey, listen, we'll get Rita will always be part of my repertoire here because that woman had a mouthful to say. So it's time to rise and shine, my people. It's time to get up. It is time to go to work.
We change the world in history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
Well, time for our daily bread. Heard from on high, something that'll change your perspective, or at least give you a new one. But either way, it's good for the soul. Today's date is the third day of March, believe it or not, of 2026. Believe it or not, it is. Time does move on, doesn't it? There's an old song by the OJ says, "How time flies," and it certainly does. Good morning to you. We got a lot of things to talk about today. President's strike on Iran, whichever one. You got so many Irans over there. You Iran, Iran. Iran. I don't know which one. Kazakhstan. I don't know. But anyway, now this morning I saw some B-52s headed that way. I wouldn't own one though. I wouldn't own that one. I wouldn't own. At least I had a picture of some B-52. Could have been AI, but I doubt it. Anyway, good morning to you. And next up is our daily bread. I'm going to help you get the day started. A word from on high. Good morning to you.
With your warm embrace,
God is closer to us than our last breath. He made us, knows us, and loves us. Hey, welcome again to another daily encouragement from Our Daily Bread. The reading for today is titled Fully Known, and it was written by James Banks. You shouldn't be here right now. Someone up there was looking out for you, the tow truck driver told my mother after he pulled her car from the edge of a steep mountain ravine and studied the tire tracks leading up to the wreck. Mom was pregnant with me at the time. As I grew, she often recounted the story of how God saved both our lives that day, and she assured me that God valued me even before I was born. None of us escape our all-knowing Creator's notice. More than 2,500 years ago, he told the prophet Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." God knows us more intimately than any person ever could, and is able to give our lives purpose and meaning unlike any other. He not only formed us through his wisdom and power, but he also sustains every moment of our existence, including the personal details that occur every moment without our awareness, from the beating of our hearts to the intricate functioning of our brains. Reflecting on how our Heavenly Father holds together every aspect of our existence, David exclaimed in Psalm 139, "How precious to me are your thoughts, God." God is closer to us than our last breath. He made us, knows us, and loves us, and he's ever worthy of our worship and praise. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is taken from Jeremiah, chapter 1, verses 1 through 8. The words of Jeremiah, son of Hilkiah, one of the priests at Anathoth in the territory of Benjamin. The word of the Lord came to him in the 13th year of the reign of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, and through the reign of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, down to the 5th month of the 11th year of Zedekiah, son of Josiah, king of Judah, when the people of Jerusalem went into exile. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." "Alas, sovereign Lord," I said, "I do not know how to speak. I am too young." But the Lord said to me, "Do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to, and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you, and will rescue you, declares the Lord." Now let's turn to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, moments like this are good opportunities to look back on our lives and consider the many ways in which you have worked in our lives, saving us, guiding us, encouraging us, and restoring us. You truly are amazing, Lord. Thank you for extending your grace and mercy shown to us every single day. May we regularly spend time considering your goodness and sharing it with others. Thank you, Father. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries. Thanks.
And as in anything else, there's always a good and there's always a bad to just about every situation. There's a right if there's a left. There's a left if there's a right. Um, we spend every morning here. We always salute those young men and women who wear the uniform of this nation, and periodically, we also have to pay homage to those who have fallen. And in this recent conflict, um, it seems that we've lost some young people. Uh, we've had at least, I think, 6 or 7 killed and about 20 people injured. That is what happens in war, regardless of who started it, what it was started about, all that other kind of stuff. It doesn't matter on this side of the gun. But we are going to honor those lost because that's what we do. Because I'm a soldier, and we have to respect the ones who've given their lives, and hopefully, um, we won't have too many of this going on. But anyway, for the moment, let's play the traditional taps for our young men and women who have gone on to glory, doing as their country have asked them to do. It is never good to have to play that song that encore. Never good. You- It's never good to have to play it, but it ultimately, if you send troops in, somebody is probably not coming back, and it's a sad story, but it's a true one. I've been hearing people all weekend long. Um, why do the poor always got to go fight for the rich? Well, that hasn't changed since the Roman Empire. Or if you, I would imagine if you go to the tribes of to the Sunus or Sunnis, whatever they call them in Africa, there's always a higher echelon in our society, always one that sends the other. That's not anything new. It is just something. It is just part of life. Good morning to you, everybody that's out there this morning. Good morning, Shamika. Uh, Miss Go Get It. I love that saying. Go get it. Go get it. That's right. Sometimes you just got to go get it. You can't wait for somebody to bring it to you. Sometimes you just got to go get it. Okay. That's what you got to do. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds everybody doing well. Um, man, my whole day was I've been studying this war thing. Not that I'm studying, but I will show you how life, it all comes in full circle. 1979, I showed up at the and show how long we've been dealing with these people. I've showed up at Fort Lewis, Washington, and hadn't got to my unit yet, but come to find out that um, um, they had taken or 70, the Iranians or whoever they are had taken 500 citizens on an airplane, American citizens on an airplane, and they held those citizens for 444 days. Jimmy Carter was in at that particular time. Reagan, I believe, had won the election. And all I know is when I got to Fort Lewis, the Rangers were put on. They were put on alert. They used to give us these things. We didn't have all these cell phones back in '79. They gave us these little things, or we had to check. And if we didn't get one, we had to call the CQ every so often so they know where we were. And so when we got back to base, they wanted. No, I wasn't a hero or anything like that, but I was in the unit. So if they go, most of the time I went too at support. So we got back, and they told us that we were on, for the most part, just lockdown. We wasn't going anyplace. We couldn't leave posts. We couldn't leave the AO, area of operation. We couldn't leave anything because there's a possibility. Now, I didn't have to go. Thank God I didn't have to go, but I would have went if I'd had to go because that was the choice I'd chosen. We had a lockdown that we were maybe headed to over there to free those people. And then the word came down. Now, I wouldn't want to be the 82nd Airborne back in 1979 if they did send it, because they told us, well, we got you on alert, but 82nd Airborne would go because they're more expendable. Listen, I mean, it's nice not to be expendable, but not at the behest of someone else. But anyway, 47 years, 47, what's it, 47, 48, 49, what's it been, 49 years, 47 years since, 48 years since then. Here we are talking about the same people that when I was a young soldier, we were talking about them then. We were on airplanes with all kind of rucksacks and all kinds of face painted up and all that kind of. I'm scared as hell because I don't know where the hell I'm going. I couldn't even find this place on a map in the daytime, let alone let alone talking about getting on an airplane going over there. We were right next to McCord Air Force Base, as a matter of fact, and the birds were fired up, but we never left. We never left on that one. When Ronald Reagan came in, somehow, because nobody trusted Ronnie said, okay. If you play dumb, you're gonna get treated that way, and so they let them go after 444 days under Jimmy Carter. I'm not blaming Jimmy Carter for anything. Jimmy had his way of leading. Reagan had his way of leading. Trump got his way. Biden was the only one that lately didn't have a way because he just didn't know where he was. But other than that, Clinton's had their leading. Barack Obama has his way. The Bushes had their way. I mean, everybody has got their way of leading. We have different principles. Carter was a devout Christian who didn't want to send people in harm's way. And I can't blame him. That's good. But sometimes you got to go. Let me see. Let's see who this is. Let me see. Oh, it's nobody but Don. Well, let me make sure I can get that because I want to make sure Don is heard. Yes, Don.
That's the trouble with lying. You get it all screwed up. You're talking about the embassy in Iran where the hostages were taken. There wasn't no plane. 400 people were taken off of. And the only mission was a secret one where they used 130s. You used to tell this story. You were sitting on a helicopter with your rucksack.
On base. On base.
You used to be on a helicopter.
Yeah, on base.
Now, I don't know where you go fly that helicopter because it'll crash in the ocean.
Well, we wasn't planning on going over there on a helicopter, but you have to get from Fort Lewis.
Where were you going to go?
You had to get from Fort Lewis to McCord Air Force.
You get on a bus. That's how they do it.
We didn't take buses.
They get on a bus.
We are paratroopers, baby.
You started off with the whole story screwed up, talking about they captured a plane.
we didn't
Where
get.
did they capture a plane at?
Oh, I don't know. I was young then. I don't. All I
It was
know
the
is
embassy. I mean, when you
400.
lie, you just can't
Man,
keep
wait,
it
wait a minute.
straight, Kevin.
Well, I don't know where they
You
were.
just lie and make up stuff. I've never heard anybody my whole life lie like you. Is your life so sad that you have to make up everything?
Are you done? Okay. Are you done? All I know is there were 404. When you're E1, E2, you don't. They didn't really. Let me move this thing out here. They didn't really give me the the whole story because I don't really know because I didn't have enough rank to get the whole story. All I know is 444 days. Reagan came in, they put us on alert, then they said we wasn't going because the 82nd was more expendable. Now I don't know who went over. I don't know who went over there, but I'm talking to a guy who probably hadn't left Alabama during that time. I'm just telling you what I went through. Now I can get some. I can get some boys on here now to verify this if you want to there. But we don't normally talk to legs anyway. You know, a guy who never jumped, a guy who never did anything. I'm not even sure you was even in the Air Force. I'm not even sure of that. If you don't know that we don't Rangers didn't get on buses, baby. We got on the airplanes. It wasn't try. You can't be driving us. Man, come on, give me a break. But that's okay. I know what I had to do, and I know how scared I was, and all these EA. As a matter of fact, um, last night I called my when were the hostages released? I think they were released in they were released in 79 because we never left base and the 82nd wasn't called. They were released in 79, I believe. Anyway, it's almost the same scenario now that it was in 47 years ago when I first joined the military. Man, it, no matter how things change, they ultimately seem to go back to the same place they were. It just amazes me that those people are still raising sand all over the place. As a matter of fact, these people are so weird that they are torching all kinds of places. I mean, all kinds of places they are torching right now, which I don't quite understand why they want to bomb everybody. Listen, I don't know what's going on over there, and most of the time, you don't either. Okay, you don't either. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I know when Reagan got in office, all of a sudden they had to change their heart, and they let him go. Yeah, I do know. I remember that part, and I was so glad that Ronnie was in because I didn't know where the hell we were going. I didn't know where it was, but I know I didn't really want to go. But I had to wear the uniform, so I had to follow everybody else. And the first time I knew that being in the military was kind of a dangerous job. Other than that point, I wanted free milk, free food, something to eat, and stuff like that, and maybe do a little training, something like that. But I had no idea that it was going to hit me that quick. Matter of fact, I had just got out of airborne school, as a matter of fact, and got to Fort Lewis. Man, if you ever get a chance to go to Tacoma or go to Seattle or Spokane, you need to go up there. That place is absolutely stupendous. I love it up there. And if I ever get my feet back on Northwest land, I ain't coming back to Alabama. Okay, if I ever see Mount Rainier and all those places, the Snohomish Mountains again, that's where they'll bury me because I'm not coming back to Alabama. It's hard to do that once you go to that part of the country. Now, Oregon, you can keep that one. In California, you can keep that one. But the southwest, the west, the southwest corner of America is one of the prettiest places you could possibly ever go to. And if you ever get a chance to go up there, it rains a lot, but that's because it's always green. I think it's called the Evergreen State. It's green all the time because it rains. I love the rain up there. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. But anyway, what else is going on? So, because you don't have that small light behind you. Oh yeah, I don't have a small light. Yeah, I got to take that stuff down. As a matter of fact, I'm getting banners made anyway. So yeah, your light bill is high. Has been high because you don't have that small light behind you. Yeah, well, I forgot to turn the light on, but we'll do that. Don is my fact checker. Yeah, and for a guy who really, I don't really think has been anybody wasn't there. Uh, but one of these mornings, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the guys on with me, and we're going to tell you that yeah, I was there. Okay, I was there. There's just some things you don't have to prove if you don't. And matter of fact, one of the reasons why I even joined the military, I wanted to be like them guys. I wasn't 11 Bravo though. I wasn't all that motivated. I wasn't all that motivated. When I got there, they wanted. Okay, I'm gonna tell the story one more time, then I'm done with it. When I got there, when I joined in 1978, because that's when that was 78. Um, I wanted to go to the Rangers. I don't know why. I like that beret. I like wearing them blouse jump boots, and looking good going through the airport. People knew who I was. I love that. So that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be one of those guys, and I love those little jump wing things. I mean, they just make the uniform look so much better. Um, but there was a hiccup in that. And the hiccup was now the recruiter may have lied to me. I don't know. Yeah, I just know what he said. He said in order to get there, in order to get to the second and the 75th Infantry, the only job they had available was cook. Now, I really thought it was a sacrifice to take that job, but so that's the only way I got there. But when I got there, you don't just get there and you don't take it. I'm gonna put it to you this way: you go to any other military unit, maybe it's SF, or Delta or something like that. You just go to your base. You go to your unit and you sign in, and you get a tongue lashing from the first sergeant or the CO. And well, the CO is always nice. The first sergeant just dogs you out, tells you sure you want to be here, boy. That was just what they told me. Yes, first sergeant, I want to be here. So but they don't keep you there. They send you at Fort Lewis. They send you to a place called North Fort, and that was back in 1979. And you go through another month of hell and here's what they try to do. They try to make you quit, which at that particular time, I didn't know why they want a brother to quit. I signed up for it, but because they in their thinking. And then when were the hostages released? I don't know when they were released. Well, they were released when Ronald Reagan took office. I think the same day, as a matter of fact. But when you get there, you have to go and go through all this hell again. And the N word, I got called that so often until I really thought that was my new name as second and 75th. I thought that was my new name. Now, remember, this is 79, 78, 79. And I figure, okay, well, so I became a wuss. I did for a second. So I went running to the first sergeant, command sergeant major. He sooner or later became command sergeant major George Conrad. I went to him and I said, "Well, why are y'all calling me that?" 'Cause, I mean, I'm from Indiana. I mean, I've heard the word before, but never really heard people call it on a daily basis. you know. So every day, and so he called me in. He called me into his thing. He called me to the office, and he said, "Elkins." I said, "Yes, Sergeant Conrad." He said, "You think if you get caught by the enemy, okay, some foreign land, that the only thing that you would worry about is being called the N word?" I wouldn't use the word, but no sense. Everybody knows what the N word is. Now it's not Negro; it's the other one. And I said, well, okay, and he was right. He was right. He said that if you, in fact, get caught by the enemy, the last thing you're worried about is what they call you. Okay, now I'd never been caught by the enemy until that point, So, uh, uh, so I didn't know exactly what to do, but I found out later on, just like that movie, The Officer and the Gentleman, they would use whatever methods necessary to make you quit because they'd rather you quit now then get on that C-141 or that C-130, whatever it is you want to be, and quit then. Okay. Now they want to get rid of you. They want to. We started out with 35 people. 35 people. By the time we got done sorting out those who quit, those who couldn't handle it, whatever the case may be, we were down to 13 people. 13 people. And hey, I was one of the 13. Okay, not that I was brave or anything like that, but I hate quitting. Quitting was not something that was in me. Especially that's why I joined, because I wanted to be tough. Now, some of them guys, I mean, I saw 18-inch knives getting on that chopper with us, and I said, "Whoa, who you gonna hurt with that?" you know, I mean, these guys were battle-hardened Vietnam veterans. Okay, because you remember now, this was 70, 79. So a lot of these guys, we didn't really officially end Vietnam until 1975. So officially, they were all Vietnam. Most of them were Vietnam vets who had the skull on their. I mean, who were still battle hardened. Ready to go and take care of stuff. Now, me, I'm just all I know about Vietnam. It was someplace over there. Where over there was, I don't have a clue. But I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have to go to it. Okay, I'm glad I didn't have to go to it. Would I gone if they'd asked me to? Absolutely. That's what we do, and that's what these young folks today do in our service right now. And so people always whining about, well, that's why we have armies, to do the diplomatic work that some of our other methods don't work. That's why we have armies. Okay. And a soldier's job is not to question why, but just to go and do what he's asked or told to do. And so although I hate the fact that these young folks who've gotten killed, it's a volunteer military. It's a volunteer military. And I don't believe that any drill sergeant or anybody tells you, well, you don't have to worry about a thing. Yeah, you do. You got, I mean, we actually got more people get killed sometimes, hurt and messed up than we, um, good morning, Simpler Days.
Good morning, Mayor. You doing okay today?
I'm doing fine.
Outstanding. Those brave soldiers that stormed the beach of Normandy and knew that they were going to be targets for those machine guns and snipers and mortars and all that. They didn't hesitate, and the water turned red.
Yes, it did.
And flip forward to their great grandchildren. 18 years old. That was the average age of those men hitting that beach. 18-year-olds now shelter at home, need a safe place when they're out of the house, so somebody doesn't talk to them too
harshly,
too mean.
Yeah.
And you brought up, 75 around the time the Vietnam War ended, and those battle-hard guys from Vietnam. So many of those men ended up in as instructors at police academies. They were former military police, or they went into law enforcement because it was a quasi-military operation, and they felt comfortable there wearing a uniform and everything.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, those cats that came out of that Vietnam War, that came into as police instructors, those were a whole different breed. And, they dropped the standards down so women could compete. And, all the PT training, all that was watered down and diminished. But those guys were tough, I'm telling you, because I went through it.
Yeah, they were. Those were my instructors too, in basic training in airborne school. I mean, they hadn't too far coming back from those fields of Vietnam and all the other places that we don't know about that they were at. And but that's where I wanted to be. That's where I wanted to be. I didn't know any other. I mean, if you're going to join the military, you're going to join the police department. Well, then that's why you join. It's to be a policeman. Or you be a paratrooper, whatever it is you want to be. You don't get there and then say, "Oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this." We should have asked. I knew.
it's like one of the guys, one of the rookies came into my office one day and he said, Sergeant, I need today off. I said, well, we short. He said, well, yeah, but it's my birthday. And I said, well,
really?
You don't get off just because it's your birthday. He said, well, that's what they told me. That's what they told me in the academy. I said, well, they lied to you, son.
Birthday off. Okay then. Whew.
Hey, switching gears real quick. You brought up, the hostages from 1981, and whether Reagan had anything direct to do with it or not. Somebody got the message that things were getting ready to change.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh
and,
yeah.
And they released those hostages, and Jimmy Carter was the Democratic president, and we know what happened under his failed attempt to get those hostages out. We had, that, what was it, Operation Eagle Claw?
Yeah.
Where they
things when I think they're in the desert or something, and yeah, that didn't work out.
And we tucked tail and ran, and I keep hearing all these talking heads says, the President Trump doesn't have authorization. Well, heck, Mayor, President Obama didn't have authorization in 2000. I mean, he didn't have Congress. It wasn't declared. He didn't have Congress in 2011. In 2016, he dropped over 20,000 bombs over 7 different countries in 2016 without congressional approval.
Mm.
And look at Korea. Who was the president? Democratic president. Korea was not a declared war.
Well,
there was no congressional.
Yeah, we ain't declared war since 1941.
Yeah, I mean there were over 30,000 American soldiers lost in Korea with over 100,000 casualties, and then flip forward to Vietnam. What? And I keep hearing this. There wasn't an immediate threat. There wasn't an immediate threat for Trump to do what he did. Well, what was the immediate threat in Vietnam? What was the immediate threat in Korea? But you had 2 Democratic presidents that took action. Johnson, and then of course, but they're just a double standard.
But it always has been a double standard. I mean, it always has been one. I mean, that's when you take the job, you got to know that it's a double standard.
Yeah, and it's always, whether you're looking at it through, and that enemy doesn't care. They don't care whether you're Democratic or Republican. It's just like the criminal, the guy on the street. I never had one ask me, "Hey, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat?"
Yeah, that's
they don't care. They just don't care. The talking heads, the politicians, they're the ones that care.
Yep.
Have a good day, Mayor.
Appreciate it, because they use everything to their own advantage, which I guess I would too if I was a politician. Anyway, good morning to you. I just only time to delay the story because it's almost 40. Here we are 47, 48 years later, and we're still dealing with the same people. Still putting life and liberty in jeopardy for the same people. And those people look like the list that last month have shot rockets at a whole bunch of countries over there. Now, unfortunately, countries over in that part of the world are not as big as some of our states, but they are still our countries, and they are sovereign governments. And they've knocked, I guess, about 18 and 19 governments. I saw a big bill. It looked like a 911. They put a rocket on. I mean, I don't really care much about the Mideast. I just don't. I don't understand them. I don't understand their philosophy of killing people just for the hell of it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the reasons they do what they do. I just don't. I don't ever want to understand them. Okay, and they if you're gay, they'll kill you. I mean, which is something that I don't quite understand. But they don't believe in the same God that we believe in. They just don't. I mean, I don't know who Allah is, but I know over there he got a hold on things. because they'll do anything in the name of Allah. I said, oh, hey, whatever you do, so I don't. Yeah, that's one part of the world that, except for that little almost tirade in '79, I've never been to that part of the world. I just never. I went to Central America. I've been to a lot of places. I just never, and I was always glad that I never went. I just never. I didn't understand them. I don't understand their culture. I don't understand their language. Well, I don't understand a lot of languages. When I was in Africa that one time, I didn't understand that language either. But we had the same color, so I said, "Right on, brother." And then that was it. So we knew we time we put we put the fist in the air like that. When I was over there, I was in a place called Malawi, and it seemed to it seemed to transcend the language barrier. Right on. See, I'm just thinking. Okay, maybe he thought I should have hit him or something. I don't quite know, but I wasn't over there long enough to worry about it. But here's my problem with this whole thing, and I don't know if the president has taken this into consideration. I'm worrying about the other shoe when it drops. I'm worrying about the other shoe when it drops, because we can't watch every building. We can't watch, and with our border situation the way it is, I'm pretty sure we have allowed people in this country who shouldn't be here and who mean to do us harm. And that's what the Democrats never quite understood. You have an open, and I don't think Biden understood that. None of them. And you have an open border for the most part down there. You did. And so these people are willing to wait 10 years or more in order to carry out their dastardly deeds. See, Americans don't have that kind of patience. We sort of like, okay, after about a week, okay, this ain't done yet. And Lord have mercy, don't make it 6 weeks. We on pins and needles. So I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, because there's no doubt in my mind we got some sales over here because we're too freely with our borders, and we're probably going to find out while we have borders at some point, and somebody's going to pay the ultimate cost of this. Okay. Whether or not the president did what he had to do for it, I don't know. Again, I tell people there's so many things that we don't know about what's going on in Iran or Tehran, wherever it's at. There's so many. We don't have access to the CIA, the military intelligence. We don't know jack, because if we knew it, they would know that we knew it, and then they wouldn't do it. So we don't know all kinds of things that's going on. But I do know one thing: the military, their job is to carry out the policies of the government of the United States. Now, I'm hoping that the people who are in charge, are people who would look out for the best of us. Look out for, won't just Greg. I thought he is the off-site producer. So I don't really know what's going on over there. All I know is that I worry about the troops. I have a son in the reserves now, so and we saw during the war on terror that we really used the reserves a lot, because of course our other guys are already kind of busy, but we really used the reserves a lot. Morning, First Sergeant. And so it used to be the reserves was one of those places where you hid out. So to do your active duty, you head out the reserves or the National Guard, wherever you are. That is no longer so anymore. There's a good chance now that our reservists will be called up before we manage active duty people already on active duty. I mean, we had people leaving here for a year, leaving Alabama for a year, going to wherever they went to. So it's not fun and games anymore. It is what you do is what you do. But it's a volunteer skit. It's a volunteer job. You don't have to go there. They don't draft you, not yet. Anyway, I think we ought to draft women too. Seriously, I think we should draft them too. They're all getting the same pay, so we should draft them too. 18 years old, sign up. But then people in America would start going, ape crap over that, so we just leave that alone. Okay. Killed in action so far. We have 6 U.S. service members have died as a result of the Iran attacks. CENTCOM says, but we have 6 that have died. I think we got a little bit more, but we have about 18 that have been injured. I hope the injured comes back, and our prayers go out to the families of the 6 KIAs in this battle. Again, I don't know what goes on. I don't know what the president knows. I don't know what the Joint Chiefs of Staff know. I don't know what the SecDef knows. I don't know anything. All I know is I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, hoping don't see a mushroom. Okay, I don't know anything else what's going on. That's their job. I think we have to trust in the things that they say. Okay, I hope we can. I think we do. I think the forever wars in the Middle East was over after Afghanistan. Listen, the Afghans ran the Russians out of Afghanistan. Going to Afghanistan unless you're going to nuke them, we need to stay the hell out of there. Because those mountains and things of that nature, you can't beat mountain people with traditional things. Okay? Well, again, he's not the only president that's not been in the military. Barack Obama hadn't been in the military. I mean, when's the last president we actually had been in the military? George Bush, who was in the National Guard. Of course, National Guard wasn't doing much back in those days, but he still was in. But other than that, and George Bush won. But other than that, we haven't had anybody. Clinton never been in. Barack Obama never been in. What's his name? Who's in there now? Yeah, he's never been in. So it's not the first time we've had presidents. First time we had president who didn't serve. But our Constitution does not require the president of the United States to have served in the military. Okay, and sometimes it may be better that they don't. They look at things a little bit different. Hopefully, they will. I mean, military, our job is to fight. Their job is to fight. Okay. I don't know if they're cowards. They just didn't have to go. And let me ask you something there, Mr. Horace. Would you voluntarily go get shot if you knew that was coming? I mean, listen, I'm not, man. Who's a draft dodger? No, they use what was available to them to not go. Now, if I was a rich person and had money, I wouldn't have had to go either. Okay. But I wasn't rich or none of that stuff, so we had to do what we had to do. Who's a draft dodger? Yeah, really? I don't know. It's easy to sit back here, not knowing what their life is like, because their life is a little different than our lives. Rich people, hell, Steve Harvey, when he came to Montgomery, I mean, Steve Harvey, he looked me in the face and said, "Listen, we don't talk about things poor folks talk about." Okay, they ain't talking about how high Alabama power is. They don't care. They got no problem paying their power bill. Okay, rich people don't worry about things that we worry about. Getting the rent paid. I mean, they got a mansion here, a mansion there, which I ain't mad at them because that's just the way life is sometimes. Okay, but so even rich people don't think the way we think. That's why most rich people, even if they get broke, they figure out a way to get rich again. So we just don't, we talk about different things, we worry about different things, but you still got to have a military, rich or poor. You still got to have one. And I got to tell you, I don't know. See, I'm thinking the way I think because of how I was brought up. I didn't have money, didn't have anything, just trying to make it. Didn't have money or anything like that. But I got to tell you, if my name had been Elkshire, and I'm related to the Brookshire, and I don't have to have no money, then my whole thinking process changes because I don't have their life. Okay, so I'm not mad at those people for being in the right gene pool, being in the right genes. Hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I do know one thing: we do need a military to protect the things in our way of life. We do need a military, and Lord have mercy, I hate playing taps. I do, because it means somebody's gone, somebody's fallen. okay, in their pursuit to protect this nation, or carry out the orders of the commander in chief, and all those people. I feel you. Now, it's not that we don't mind sacrificing our son for rich folks who dodge military service. There have always been rich folks who dodge military service. Does that mean that we still don't have to protect our country? Yeah. Well, this ain't Israel. 'Cause I'm personally, I think everybody should serve. I really do. I think everybody should, but that's not the way our country is set up. Okay, we have a volunteer service right now, and we've had one now since 74 or 75, somewhere around that time. And so, I don't want to sacrifice anybody's children. I just don't. But again, we need a military, whether or not we got rich folks or not. Okay, and I do believe you 18 years old or older, you should spend at least 2 years in the military. Your appreciation for this country would be so much better than those who walk around getting high. And when you ride down the street, you hear nothing. The guy got his door closed next to you, and you still smell marijuana. I mean, my Lord, your mind is gone. Okay, you're killing your gray cells. Okay, and you have no appreciation, none whatsoever, for this country. Yeah, I don't like everything about America. Then again, there are some days I don't like everything about my own self. So it is what it is. But I do, yeah. But my son, and we talked. As a matter of fact, I told him yesterday. I said, you remember when I told you that you probably won't have to go any place? Well, hold that thought. Okay, hold that thought right there, because you may, because the reserves play a big part in our defense now than they used to do years and years ago. Nah, I'm not. If for some reason, God forbid, if for some reason my child has to go, I will pray day and night that the God puts his arms around him and he protects him. That's what I would do. But I won't tell him not to go. This is our country, and somebody has to protect it while other people sit at home talk. Okay? Other people have to get out there and protect this nation while other people just sit around and talk. Talking won't win a war. Talking won't keep us safe. It is these young people today, especially the ones like my son, who's got a brain. Even he realizes that America has to be protected. Okay, it's got to be. We don't get to pick the commander in chief. Okay, we get to pick whether or not we want to go in, but we don't get to pick the CIS or CIC, the commander in chief. We don't get to pick that. Okay, but when we join, we voluntarily surrender certain rights, and we take an oath to the United States to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's all I can tell you. And just so y'all didn't know, if you're still getting a check from the Army right now, you can be called back. I think you'll be called back till you are, I think, 60 if you're an officer and you have certain MOSs. I think 55 if you're enlisted, you can get called. You still get called back. So I can, because I'm good. But if they call me, you know what? I'd go. I mean, I would want to go down to Fort Benning someplace and train people. I don't really want to go carrying a 100-pound rucksack again. But you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, moving right on to other things. So a total of 18 service members have been seriously wounded during the operation of last Monday. So we're going to see how this all works out. 6 have been killed. But now here's the one. Here's a statistic that I don't quite understand. 3 F-15s, 3 of them, shot down over Kuwait in friendly fire incident. See, this is what you get when you want to limit your military to pushing buttons. Okay, somebody got to get eyes on. CENTCOM says 6 U.S. airmen are safe after their Kuwaiti air defenses mistakenly shot down 3 fighter jets during combat with Iran, U.S. Central says. So we've lost 3 F-15s, and we're lucky we didn't use the people in them. But y'all need to get your act together over there, okay? I'm just saying it's enough to be shot at by the Iranians. Now they're gonna get shot at by people who are supposed to be on our side. Come on, man. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Okay. In 1979, the Iranian revolution, anti-American sentiment grew because the U.S. had supported the deposed Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, who was admitted to the U.S. for medical treatment in October 1979. Okay, on November the 4th, 1979, seizure of the U.S. Embassy, a group calling itself the Muslim Student Followers of Imam's Line, stormed the U.S. Embassy compound in Tehran and took 66 Americans and other foreign nationals hostage to protest the actions of the United States and demand the Shah's return for trial. Now, according to early detentions and releases, some embassy staff and foreign nationals were released relatively quickly. Ultimately, though, 52 American citizens remained captive for a long term, which is a bunch of days, 444 days, I think. So yeah, I don't know why I thought it was the airplane. You got to stop watching Chuck Norris on TV. That's what it was. Because I remember what it was. All I know, I was a young guy and I just got the base. April 24th to April 25th, 1980, Operation Eagle Claw failed to rescue. A U.S. military mission to free hostages failed when mechanical problems and a helicopter transport plane collision in the desert. So we wasn't too good at that either. April 24th, 1980, 1980 U.S. presidential election impact. The crisis undermined President Jimmy Carter's re-election bid. Ronald Reagan campaigned amid promises of stronger action, and he kept his promise. When he got in there, they let them folks go. They know he wasn't playing. He wasn't going to play. But I don't blame Jimmy Carter either. Jimmy Carter had a different way of leading. He had a different way, and no matter who takes that job, somebody's going to complain. Okay, Camilla says we don't deserve old men starting wars and young men fighting and dying. Well, I'm just telling you that old men have always started wars, and the young men fought the battles. That's true. Let me see here. What's going on, Duke?
Kevin Elkins, what's up, man?
Not much.
Now, your son Z, is he scared or is he afraid he going to war?
No.
To fight for his daddy or huh?
No, he ain't fighting for his daddy. Now he be doing it for his country, not me.
Now you told me if your son gets set over there, you're gonna put back on your boots and you're gonna fight the government.
If I got to go with him, I'll go with him.
You told me last year if your son has to go, it's gonna be another thing if a war come up and your son have to go. So
well, but
might have to go, Kevin.
That's what we get paid to do. That's what he gets paid to do.
I mean, you had this president to tell your son that lie before he went in, saying that he's not gonna create no new wars and he's gonna bring all the troops home. We're never gonna have a war again. So.
Well, I don't know if anybody can. I don't know if anybody can promise that. Yeah, I don't know if anybody.
He said that he got video. They showed clips yesterday, like they always show clips of your boss, your cult leader telling you in your face that he wasn't gonna start a new war. So your boss lied to you, Kevin.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what's going on up there. Biden said that he was president of the United States. We found out later on that
wait a minute now.
He really wasn't. We found out.
Wait a minute.
What?
Why everything when you guys get cornered off about your man messing up, you always reaching back in the bag talking about
because
Biden did it.
Because
Biden climbed the wall. I already told you.
Wait a
Biden
minute.
climbed the wall and put that damn monkey face on that video that day and everything.
Well, I know he didn't do that. I don't care anything about that monkey face.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did every damn thing else. Y'all mother let him climb the wall in a Superman suit, and he put that monkey face on.
I don't
Barack
really
and Michelle.
Yeah, I don't really care.
But anyway, back to the point at hand. Leave Biden out of this. We talking about Trump right now. Yeah, he's president.
Oh, okay.
And his guys came out yesterday and said this right here, Kevin. He said that. Let me see if this makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
He said that they knew that Iran was going to attack Israel if Israel, shot at them first. That's the reason the United States got involved because. Makes sense to that one, Kevin. He said that the reason that the United States got involved, because Israel feelings got hurt and they felt they was gonna get shot at first. So if they shot at, makes sense to that.
And again,
makes sense to those lies they trying to tell us, Kevin.
I'm with Willie on this one. The only thing that I don't quite understand. Now that we're there, but I don't understand why we even got involved in this. I mean, did they shoot an American plane down? Did they shoot? I don't know why, but now that we're there, we're gonna support our young men and women.
You don't know why he did it?
No, and it wasn't for Epstein.
Okay,
I'm not.
What's that guy? What's the guy? What's the prime minister over there? Israel. What's his name? Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Yeah. How many trips has he came to the White House in the past year?
Well, what's that got to do with anything?
Trump doing this for him.
Well, they are our allies. And those people always shoot.
They are both our allies too.
Well, I ain't worried about that. Nobody's.
This guy is a criminal too. This guy is a damn criminal. Y'all know that. People in Israel want to get Israel our ass. But
well, hold on a second. Do you have some secret knowledge about Netanyahu that the rest of the United States don't?
They already talked about it for the last 2 or 3 years. I listen. See, I'm a good listener on these shows. I listen to people explain how bad he is. Okay, his own people don't want his our ass over there. But Trump in the bed with him, so he comes over here and hang out with Trump, and they playing things like Trump and Putin come over here and hang out and all that, and take him out there and let him bow down to.
Let me ask you a question.
He bowed down to
Did you like? Did you like?
Well,
did you like Obama?
Did I like Obama?
Did you like him?
He was our president. I tolerate him like I tolerate the rest of them. What are you talking about?
So no matter my message is no matter.
But my point is, sir, why in the hell you gonna sit here and act like you're stupid, trying to say that Netanyahu was coming over here just to hang out for nothing? He wanted Trump to fight his wars for him.
When two elephants,
he wanted the United States to fight his wars, man. Come on, you know
we are the allies with Israel. And when you got people on all sides of you trying to push you off into the sea, you need some help. And we gonna help them.
Israel, I'm sorry. Israel ain't like the stuff in the Bible that used to tell us. This is the fighting Israel right here. This is the thug mentality of Israel right here. With nowadays, so I don't respect Israel. Damn Israel right now. In my opinion.
But I am not a scholar of Israeli politics.
Everybody want to take up for Israel like they something special. Israel ain't here no shit.
I think
nowadays.
I think they special.
They corrupt.
Okay.
They're killing people every day now.
People trying to kill them every day.
No. They went after
yeah. They shoot bombs in their neighborhood.
Trump said, you get it started and I get it finished. I guess that's what he told me. I don't know how they worded that thing.
One thing about America, everybody over here is entitled to their opinion. That's yours.
Everybody hollering about Israel ain't here no doo-doo.
Okay, well, I mean, that's your opinion.
You know that.
No, I don't know that.
What's so special about Israel, Kevin? Tell me right now. They not killing people.
They were God's chosen people. And therefore.
And what? I'm God chosen people. Me and you both God chosen people.
Right.
We all children of God. That's what we're told now. We all children of God, right? Go on with that mess. All right, bye.
Okay, whatever. Whatever you know, that doesn't make him perfect. That doesn't make them perfect, but they are. Listen, Joe, I mean, Dr. Joe, I don't know why some people have this thing against the Jewish people. I don't. I mean, I guess you got to get outside the United States for a little bit to realize that the world is different than what you think it is. I don't know, but yeah, I'm with them. I'm with them. Now, when they do wrong, they need to be. If they do something wrong, they need to be cast. They need to be uh, uh, pay the price for doing wrong things like anybody else does. But just think about it. You live in a place where everybody on the side of you, in back of you, want you decimated. They want you off the face of the earth. Not because you've done anything, but because you happen to be Jewish. Okay? Now think about that for a second. Who wouldn't need some help in that situation? Yeah, I'm all for them. I don't have a problem with 'em. Do I understand their politics? No, I do not. But then again, and the Russian guy, he just kind of he just kind of got me. So he gonna get on Trump talking about what he did is immoral. But Putin goes into a country. He goes into a country and he takes it over. Okay, so I don't know what's right, what's wrong, but I just got to tell you what Kamala said. The same reason why they what hate black folks. I don't know. I'm just I'm just flabbergasted. Good morning.
Kevin,
Yes.
good morning to you.
Hmm.
You think this war thing is a good idea?
I don't
You
know
got
why
a
we at.
freshly new soldier
Yeah.
in your downline that could possibly fall to this.
That's
You
true.
think that's a good idea? Because you could be affected by it a lot
And
greater than some of
and
the
I
rest
could
of
have
us.
and I could have failed.
Well, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, but I'm
I'm
just
talking
saying.
about your son now.
But,
I'm not talking about you.
I understand that.
I'm talking about your son now. I'm talking about your son and your feelings.
But the military
I'm
is
talking
a
about your
job, and
son
that's
and you.
possible.
So you feel so if so, huh?
Well, again,
Is that what you're saying?
a soldier's a soldier.
Okay, so if he falls to that,
I ain't gonna
so
like
be
it.
it.
I ain't gonna like it. But
So be it.
that's what we do.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to hear your response to that. Okay.
All right.
If it worked for you, I
Well,
got you.
I don't know if it's working, but
Okay.
okay.
All right.
And again, I listen. I mean, that's what soldiers do. We go in harm's way. We do what we're asked to do. Hopefully, we do it well. If we are training is what it's supposed to be, and I'm putting it to you this way: I would rather my son give his life for something purposeful than walk down the streets of Montgomery and get shot by some fool walking around with a gun. And it happens every day in Montgomery. Somebody gets shot or killed every day. So, which one would you rather have? Okay, which one would you rather have? I'd rather been doing something that I thought for my country than walking down the streets of Montgomery and get shot dead for, shall we say, absolutely nothing. But anyway, gotta take a break. Gotta go get my cup of milk right now. So y'all just it's break time. Break time. PRT. But I'll be back. Give me 3 minutes, and I shall return. Uno momento. So don't you guys go any place. What do y'all think we have armies for? I mean, really, why why do y'all think we have armies? we why do you think we got them? We got them to fight. Okay, we don't just have them to look good in uniform, although they do look good in uniform. But that's not the reason why we have them. Okay? We have them to carry out the policies of the United States. That's why we try to give them all these benefits because, yeah, it's a sacrifice. When we come back, we'll talk about other things. Okay?
You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. You are still here, time to get busy living. You are still here, time to get busy living.
Alrighty then. All right. Get out. Me and AI wrote this song, so I'm proud of it. Get up. Time to get busy living.
Get up. You are still
let me-
here, time to get busy living.
Okay. I got you on that one. Yeah. So, So anyway, I don't know what happened to that right there, but alrighty then. I'm on my phone. Okay. So let me see. Now, only trust God, not man, because of low IQ. Okay, I can't listen. I can't disagree with that. I mean, we do have a low IQ compared to God. I mean, come on, man. And again, I don't know. I'm with Willie on this. I don't listen. I mean, I don't know why we doing what we doing, but I'm going to trust the people in charge that they know more than I do. I'm gonna trust them, and and not trust them to a fault, but I'm going to trust them for a while until I see something that somebody besides disorderly conduct in people's mental facilities. I gotta trust them because when we get to the point in this country we cannot trust people who send our young men and women to war, then put a fork in America. It's over. Yeah, put a fork in it. It's done. We don't need the country anymore. Matter of fact, call us. Matter of fact, call Putin or give him the keys. I mean, give somebody else the keys. Because when we get to that point, that we have to doubt whether or not the leaders of this nation have our safety and prosperity as a priority, then we need now. Right now, right now, I just think that the Democrats are worse keepers of the keys than the Republicans are. Okay, because they, as a matter of fact, if we left it up to the Democrats to run America, we wouldn't have any men in the military at all. We'd have all transgenders. Hell, we wouldn't know what to call them. So I'm good. Yeah, yeah, I'm good where we are right now. And if you've ever been a parent, if you've ever had children, I don't think there's a parent out there that want to voluntarily put his child in harm's way. But we do realize that the sanctity, the safety, and the protection of America lies within the youth, lies within the young people. People like my son, who's in there. That's what we do. As soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, that's what we do. We go where we're told to go, do what we're told to do. And I've been on ships, I've been on land, I've been in the ocean, big lines. So all that crap, done that. That's what we do. Okay, nobody wants their child to go in harm's way, but it seems to me our children are more. There are 5,000 young men in America, 5,000 a year, black males who are killed by each other. That's 5,000 a year who are killed by each other in the streets of America. So if you think I want my child to be shot down in the streets of America the way some of these young folks are, absolutely not. But if he did have to give his life, then I can't think of a better reason than for this country. I'm sorry, I just the way I look at it. And him and I have had these conversations about this. But do I want something to happen to him? Absolutely not. I'd pray God's favor on him if he ever had to go someplace and that he makes it back alive, because that would hurt me. That would crush my heart. But I also understand, having been a soldier, that it's one of those things that you got to do. You got to protect your country. Okay. Yo.
Well, Dr. Duke failed to mention that President Biden was in bed with the president of Ukraine, even flew over and got his son a job, and was affectionately referred to as what was he called? The big guy?
Yeah.
When they were funneling the money?
Yeah.
And used a government airplane to fly his son over there to get him a job that he had no credentials in, no experience in, but to get him a big job. And they were sending money over there right and left. So, Duke, everybody has some skeletons in their closet, and Trump may be in bed with, Israel's president, but Biden was sure in bed with Ukraine's president for sure. And you talk about a bunch of thugs and mafia. Biden said he was going to have them all put in jail if they didn't give his son a job.
Yeah, that's how he ended up on. Yeah. Again, no matter who's in the office, somebody's going to complain. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is, and right. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it'll always be.
It's kind of like I said. Hey, appreciate your call there. I mean, it's like I said, 3 guys in a boat going across a pond. Jesus walking on the water. Somebody's complaining, how come he can't get in the boat with us? Rather than realizing the miracle that they're witnessing, they wonder why Jesus can't get in the boat with them. So, listen, there's always going to be someone that complains about something. Okay? Always. So, moving right along to other things. Let's see. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth states U.S. did not initiate the Iran conflict, but we will finish it. And if you kill or threaten Americans anywhere in the world, as Iran has, then we will hunt you down and we will kill you. Okay. All right. You ever hear anybody taking Israeli hostage? You ever hear anybody taking Israeli citizens hostage? You know why? Because their policies are pretty much like his. Okay. You mess one, you mess with us all. Okay. All right. Listen, it's about philosophy, Horace. It's about philosophy. Okay. What you believe, I don't really care if your name is Biden, Clinton, or Trump. If your philosophy is messed up, then you're messed up. Okay. If the things you believe put us in harm's way and don't bring credit upon us, yeah, you don't need to be in the White House. I mean, if things you believe. And if you believe that you can cut your son's wing off and make him a girl, then you don't need to be in the White House. If you think men should play on women's sports teams, and it's called women sports teams, you don't need to be in the White House. Okay? You just don't. Okay. So I'm just saying. So what do you want me to say? There's a certain philosophy that you can adhere to that puts us in a better situation than we're in. And again, like I said, there is no way that I can follow anybody to any place. I wouldn't even follow you to a John if I had to go. If you believe that you should cut your son's wicker off and then make him a girl. And if you believe that a woman it's the only thing, a female is the only thing that can have a baby. Okay. Unless now I haven't checked. Okay. I haven't yeah, I haven't checked that. I think I'm pretty good on my biology though. I think men can't have babies. But we can't even get people in Washington, DC to answer the question, can a man have a baby? These are the people that you want in charge of this nation. Okay. No, no, no. I don't think they're going to charge $4 gas. I mean, listen, $4 gas ain't as bad as it used to be. I mean, it used to be almost five. Okay, I'm just saying. We might want to. Um, yeah, you might want to think about that. Okay. Anyway, the numbers here. If you want to give us a call, I forgot to put the numbers. If you got this 521-2963, you can call us, and we'll love to talk to you. If you disagree with me, just make a cogent argument. That's all I ask. Make it make sense to me, and then you can see. Unlike some of my conservative friends, you can actually change my mind. Huh? But it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. And if you think that the military is a place to just get free hot chow, free food and nice looking uniforms and stuff like that, well, you're wrong. It's part of it. But our basic job is to protect this country. And when you sign an oath to protect this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that's exactly what that oath means. Think I want my child hurt. Give me a break. But he made a decision on his own. I personally wasn't pushing him that way. As a matter of fact, I wasn't pushing Z to go in the military. He made that decision all of his own. Matter of fact, I think he's trying to become an officer. So that ain't my call. That was his call. Anyway, here's another one. Okay. Montgomery is going to have a day of cleanup sometime this month. I'll let you know when that is. A mother is stabbed to death in Virginia at a Virginia bus stop by an illegal immigrant with over 30 prior arrests. 30. Not one, not two, not three, not 25, but 30. Okay. A mother was stabbed to death at a Virginia bus stop. Okay. And the guy that stabbed her had already been in and out of jail for dozens of prior arrests, including rape and assault. How in the hell do you let somebody out of jail like that? How's that possible? I mean, how's that possible? How do you do that? You know. So I don't know, but that's what Democrats are giving us in the last few years. They're giving us in the last few years a bunch of people out on our streets in America, okay, who've already been arrested multiple times, and they're still in this country. Okay, but I ain't mad at y'all. That's just where it goes. Whew, I'll tell you what. Moving right along to other things. Let me see now. Now, for those people who say that there's no voter fraud, okay, I just want you to go to Monroe County. Okay, Monroe County. Okay, hold on. Just let me show you this. So y'all not gonna believe me. Okay, so I'm just okay. These people right here. Okay, these people right here, according to a court document, 3 women in Monroe County have been indicted for voter fraud. Okay, in the August 26, 2025 Frisco City municipal election. Wherever in the world Frisco City is, I don't have a clue. Okay. But let's not act like these things don't happen. Of course they happen. Okay. Let me see here. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised of who's doing it. Well, I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to show you who's doing it. See, y'all act like, that it never has happened. It's just okay. Okay, here we go right here. Okay. Now you see, voter fraud does take place. Okay, it just does. It takes place. These are the sisters right here trying to get some votes for their buddy, and so let's not act like these things don't happen. They happen. Get off the subject time. Talk about killing. No. I'm just telling you that things happen around here that we act like don't happen. Okay, they act like it don't happen, but it does happen. Yeah, it does. It does happen. Okay. Okay, let me see now. Let me see. Oh, it's my good friend. It's my good friend. Okay. Yes, Don.
Why don't you put my comments up so I can?
Because I'm trust me.
Somebody's got to fight against Camilla and
I
Willie.
got to figure out how to get you off the thing. That's what I've been trying to do.
I mean, Camilla just keeps on making crazy statements, and Willie comes in there talking about Trump and can't shoot straight and all that kind of crap. He doesn't have much of a memory, does he? Well, what did we do? Down in Venezuela, we sent a group down there and took the guy out. We flew B-2 bombers from the United States all the way and blew up the nuclear facilities in Iran. And Jimmy, I mean, is his leadership. Biden let 13 people be murdered in Afghanistan and leave billions of dollars of equipment, and he's going to comment on Trump.
Yeah, I still ain't figured out why he left all that equipment. At least he should have blew it up.
Camilla don't even want to talk about voter fraud, but what you're missing is happening in Fulton County right now in Atlanta. People need to watch out what's happening over there. The FBI went in there and took all, not just the votes, but the envelopes and stuff that they came in. And Trump only lost Georgia about 11,000 votes. So if you're looking for voter fraud, look at Fulton County, look at Big Fannie Willis over there, and you're going to find out, we ain't going to have no more crap coming out of Willie Durham's mouth talking about, there wasn't no voter fraud. Wait till you see what's happening in Fulton County and Atlanta come out.
Yeah. And you're right. I did see that. And if what they saying is true, then Trump did actually win the election in 2020. I mean, if what they saying is true, the things that they've uncovered, it's a shame. But that's okay. Before we get back to anything else, let me tell you about one of our sponsors this morning. And of course, it is, well, not salute to our sponsor is One Stop Wireless, located at 3445 Atlanta Highway. If you have a cell phone, you need a cell phone, you need to give these guys a call. They're located on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard, right next to the Shell gas station. They in the same building, as a matter of fact. So what if you need a phone? Let's say you got a phone sitting home in your drawer. You know, Verizon stuck it to you, and they cut your phone off. They stopped a brother from talking, but that's okay. They can turn that phone on for you. Okay. Can't get you the same number back and all that stuff, but I believe they can turn that phone on for. But call them and see what they say. 334-320-2988. You need a phone. I think they even got a couple of free phones in there. Okay. They don't have very many, but they got a couple of free phones in there. So if you need a phone and you want to pay about $25 a month for text, talk, all that stuff, unlimited, you need to go see them. Okay. $25, you spend more than $25 going out there to the casino. So this way you can get a good phone. You don't got to pay on it forever. And I'm telling you, they got great service. Okay. Again, One Stop Wireless. Okay. They're located at 3445 Atlanta Highway. Get your phone on. Hey, I like that. Even if your phone is off, you can get it turned back on. Okay. With these guys. And they use the same networks like Verizon, like Sprint, T-Mobile. They use the same towers. So the service is not degraded, not one little bit. Because what they do is, I don't know how they got this arrangement, but if you're a small company, you can use some of their tower stuff too. So it's the same people. Same people, except you're going to pay less with One Stop Wireless. You'll pay less, okay? What's that number again? 334-320-2988. If your phone is off, let them get your phone on. I like that. One Stop. And they sell more than they got speakers that work off your cell phone or any Bluetooth device. They do all kinds of things up there. And they got wireless that you can take with you in the car. Let's say you're on the road headed on a long trip. You can put your wireless in the car with you with this thing from T-Mobile and stuff like that. They got, and it's like $45 a month. Okay. You can't beat it. And you can put it in the house or you can put it in the car, wherever you want to put it. You want to go on a long trip, your kids make you mad. Hey, stick this device in the car. Especially when spring break comes or when the summer comes and y'all want to go on a big trip, you've been looking for something to keep your kids entertained the whole time that you're on the road. I can't tell you enough. I don't know who came up with this, but this is really good. Put it in the car. Even the neighbors next, even the people behind you can get on your Wi-Fi, but you got to have a password. So go down and see the folks at One Stop Wireless. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did. Okay, and again, so. If you want your phone on, okay, call One Stop Wireless and get your phone. Okay. If the phone you got ain't working, you need to be taking that phone to those guys right now and tell them, listen, they stuck it to me, but I'm here for you to help me out. Okay. One Stop Wireless, 3445 Atlanta Highway, right on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. There's a gas station there, Shell gas station there. They're right on the same. They're connected to the building right there. You can, I'm telling you, good stuff. And the service is great. I took one of their phones to Indiana with me when I buried my sister, and I never lost one signal from going from. And that was 700. That was 750 miles to South Bend from here. So I'm just telling you, you can do it. I had to stop off in Niles, Michigan, though. All right. So. And well, good morning to you. All right then. What's that number? One Stop Wireless. Again, that number again is 334-320-2988. All right, let's what everybody's writing over. Let's see. I gotta let what's the name get back on the writing thing. I'll figure that out today because I'd rather have him comment on this than call me. See, Kevin is playing stupid, not answering your question. What question is that? What question am I not asking? Now he has to eat his words again. Again, the only problem I have with what's going on with us right now in our military is, I don't know what started it, but again, I you know, I my my what's that top my credentials. I don't have any anymore, so I don't. They don't call me and give me nothing now, so I don't know what's going on. My top secret clearance is gone, and so I think I had a secret. I don't think I had a top secret. I had a secret. I don't have a. I don't. Listen, I'm not privy to the information that these people are privy to. Yeah, I got. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get some folks on Big Daddy Kane, C Main, Alabama Power just sticking everybody. And what we're trying to do, people, there's a Facebook group called Alabama Power, and to hear the stories that are coming out of these people's mouth about their you cannot tell me that we are not getting ripped off by Alabama Power. Okay, but I'm trying to get some of those guys on tomorrow. You won't believe some of the bill people saying their light bill is more than their rent. I'm just waiting for the next one. Mine was $300 something a couple weeks ago. I had to pay. I mean, so after a while, if you're old people, you're just gonna be outside. Are you gonna be in the dark one way or the other? I mean, what in the hell's going on with Alabama Power or the Southern Company or whatever they call them? What's going on with it? Okay, they ripping us off. They are screwing us, and I'm trying to figure out where's our representatives right now. Okay, where are our representatives fighting for us? Because the Public Service Commission is not doing it. Okay, I mean, Alabama Power, it made $1.6 billion in profit last year. So why in the hell they keep taking the price up? Now they're going to make a hell of a lot more than that this year. I mean, what's going to happen when you have to decide whether or not you're going to pay the light bill or you're going to eat or live inside? Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. Well, I don't know, Willie, if that's what they're saying now, but I'm telling you, last week, what I read in the paper in Georgia, that they found a bunch of ballots that were not legal. And these things take a couple of years when you get the government. So I don't listen. The Republicans' lips are like everybody else's. They get a little money under the table, do what you got to do. You say what you have to say. So I don't know. Just because you call yourself, he could be a rhino, a Republican in name only. So I don't know. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? I just think that some people got screwed. When you take votes out of the election center, you have plenty of time to change the votes and make it say whatever. No, you don't. Aren't those boxes sealed when you take them out of the election center? Aren't they? You don't get to walk out there with the ability to change votes, do you? At least I didn't think you. But anyway, listen. We all know that Trump got screwed. I mean, we all do. He did get screwed. Yes. Good morning.
I just got a comment to Willie Durham thing about talking about Republican governor. Who runs local elections, Willie Durham? Willie, who runs local elections? Do you know, Kevin?
Well, the local people run local elections.
Yeah, the Democrats in Atlanta. And they're fighting like the Dickens because the FBI came and pulled the records. If they're so clean, Willie, why don't they say, look at them and prove us right? So, I mean, I don't know if you're just ignorant, Willie, or you just say ignorant things. But the governor and the Secretary of State had nothing to do with the elections in Atlanta. They were run by black Democrats.
All right, then. That may or may not be right. I'm not exactly sure, but I know the federal government don't run them. Let me see. There goes that Republican big lie. Okay. Well, we'll see if it's a lie or not. I mean, listen. I don't care. That election is over. But there was some funny stuff. There was so much I have never seen. And listen, and let's just straighten this out right quick. The Constitution of the United States does not allow for early voting. Let me say that one more time. The Constitution of the United States does not allow for early voting. Okay? It specifically tells us when is the day to vote. So the fact of the matter is that we are coming up with things to vote that are not constitutional. To me, invalidates any early vote that anybody ever has done. Okay, so I'm suspect. I'm not living in the past. The Constitution is a living document, and right now there's no amendment to the Constitution that says you can vote early. There's not. I mean, federal elections, local elections. There's no constitutional provision that tell you can vote 30 days for the presidency of the United States. We don't have one. But listen, I understand. I understand. Y'all can change the rules as we go along. Okay, but anyway, so much for that. Now, I think that Willie's not a preacher, but he is a God-fearing man. I can tell you that much. I think he tried to do the right thing. We can all disagree on politics, but he's a good man. Okay, like most of y'all are. I feel shame stand next to you. I'm so weak and irrelevant sometimes. Let's see. Let me see here. What else is going on out there in the world today? Anyway, so we do have people in Monroe County who are changing votes and stuff like that. Okay. Now, I don't like the fact that we probably have had young children die in some of our barrage or missiles, but I don't like that at all. I just don't like that at all. Is it something that happens in war? Sure, it does. That doesn't make you feel any better about what happened. So I don't like that part, but hopefully we'll all work all this out. Yeah, and a lot of us, what do we know about the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran? We don't really know a whole lot. Okay, we really don't know a whole lot. What's going on? And I don't know who you can trust when it comes to news. I really don't know who you can trust. You don't know what's AI, what's real, what's made up. I mean, all this technology is not helping us. It's actually hurting us. The Supreme Leaders Compound, of course, one of the first targets. Israel said it had worked with the U.S. for months to plan the attacks. The U.S. military said targets in Iran included the Revolutionary Guard Command facilities, air defense capabilities, missiles and drone launch sites, and military airfield. One of the first strikes hit near the offices of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Late Saturday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that in a nationally televised address that there were growing signs that the guy had been killed. He was 86 years old at that particular time and ruled since 1989. And he held ultimate power for everything. Again, I don't like that part of the world. Never have. But this is not so evidently. Now, according to these articles, evidently, this is not something that just came up. Okay. They've been planning this for months. Okay. They've been planning this for months. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I do trust Netanyahu to a certain extent. Who's running the FBI? Those ballots were counted a dozen times. Well, you can only count the ballots you see. You can't count the ballots that you don't get. Or you can't count the ones that were taken away. Oh, Willie preached Sunday at the church he attends? Okay. I missed that one. Maybe there's a video of it someplace. Let me see. I think you should set up your I don't want to go to the barbershop. Okay. What's this woman says here? When you take votes out of the election center, you have plenty of time to change the votes to make them say whatever you want. Well, then maybe that's what they did in Atlanta. Okay, maybe that's what they did. Since you said it, not me. Okay, I don't really know. Anyway, moving to other things. Okay. Trump tells Iranians it's time to topple their government. Now, that's the only part about our foreign policy that I have a problem. I still don't like what we did to the Venezuelan president. I don't think we have the supreme power to go into people's country and take their leadership away. Their leadership is their leadership. If they don't like it, move them. But and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with Trump on that one. I don't think we have that right. Now if he comes to America, if he comes to America and we catch him on our soil, then I'm good with you. But I ain't too hot on that idea. Good morning, Sergeant.
Sergeant Huckins.
Yes.
It would be a shock to my wife that I preach Sunday. So I don't know who said that and where that came from, but please do not put that on me. I am not a preacher. I did not preach in nobody's church on Sunday.
Oh, not even your own?
So not even my own. No, sir. No, sir. So I don't know where that comment came from and who said it, but I am not a preacher.
Okay.
And I did not stand behind anyone's pulpit on Sunday and preach.
Okay. I'd have been there for
whoever
that
said that,
yeah,
sir?
I'd have been there for that one.
Yeah, but I did not. So I want to set the record straight on that immediately.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I am not a preacher. I'm a good neighbor.
Good neighbor.
But I am not a preacher. Now, I try to practice my faith, but I'm not a preacher. Now, the last thing I say this, a phone call was made to Georgia and it was saying, find me a certain number of votes. Was that made to a local Democrat in Georgia, that phone call?
I believe.
You remember the president of the United States called and said, I need X number of votes.
And I don't have
they call.
Yeah, I don't have.
But I'm just saying. Yeah. But the comment was made that black Democrats control Georgia elections, and that's the statement that was made.
Oh, well, local people control that election, not the federal government.
But was a call made to a local person to find 11,000 votes?
I think it sent to the Secretary of State, I believe.
But they don't have nothing to do with the elections.
Right.
Well, how could they find votes if they don't have anything to do with it?
Because I believe the statement itself was symbolic of I need some electoral help here. Can you find them? I mean, I don't think it was meant for people to actually go out and find people to vote who hadn't voted, who couldn't vote. It was a plea that, can you work a little harder and see if you can get us some more votes? I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. It wasn't go in the machine and see can you find and manipulate and find 11,000 votes. It was the turn out the vote campaign.
I think that's what it was. I don't.
I just wanted to be clear. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he said
okay.
On the machine.
Okay. But he knew specifically the number of votes that he needed.
Well, he wanted to make.
How did he knew down to the specific number?
Because he had to make sure that he had a little over.
Okay. All right. If that's what you believe, and that he had the specific number, this is what I need. Go and make it happen.
Again, though, that's what I would say. I call up. I call up Alabama. But, man, y'all got to find me some more votes. Okay, that is some.
That's a general statement.
Right.
Find me some more votes. It wasn't find me some. It was a specific number. He knew the number of votes he needed to overturn the election. Thanks for taking the call, sir.
Okay. Well, maybe he counted the votes. I don't know, but I still think he got screwed, glued, and tattooed. And where the votes supposed to come from? They're supposed to come from the people. They what they needed to do was take some of them votes out them ballots out the trash that they had dumped. Okay, that's what needed to be done, but they didn't. Yeah, but again, that race is over. That race is over. That's done. We're done with that. See, they lie, and tell more lies. Joe Reed said, "Find me the votes." Okay. That's what I would say. Listen, find me some votes, man. I need some more votes. Go scour every vote you can find. Make sure people haven't voted. Vote. Find my people. Let's get them to the polls. I got no problem with that. That's pretty cool. I can live with that. That's nothing erroneous. There's nothing erroneous about that. Yeah, they dumped some votes, brother. But listen, I understand that. That Democrats and Republicans will defend their actions of their party. I got no problem with that. I mean, you wouldn't be a very good party person if you, in fact, didn't defend your party. Okay? So history will teach you kids that Trump won 3 presidential elections. Yeah. But that's okay. But the question of the matter is, and I appreciate that, the question of the matter is, and Democrats and Republicans both have never asked the question, and I'll leave you with this. What would make people in the United States of America vote for a man who had never held any political office whatsoever and put him in the highest office of the land? And we're not stupid people, okay? What would make, I want you to cogitate on that tomorrow and give me your answer. What would make people put a guy in office who only ran businesses, never ran politics? Okay, why do you believe that people like me, who are never really cared much about the presidential thing anyway, but why did that happen? I think that's the biggest story of the last decade. Why did we vote for a man who had never held an office? Come up with the answer to that one, and then you'll know why he won again. Okay, but you're not gonna be honest about it. But I ain't mad at you. Okay, you're not gonna be honest. Okay. Hey, time's up, guys. I gotta go. But why did we vote for a guy who hadn't ran anything? Why? Well. Now, when you search out the answer to that, then you'll understand how not only did he get voted in once, but he got voted in twice as president of the United States. Now, when you find out the answer to that, okay, son, I'm gonna tell you something, John. When we all stand before God on Judgment Day, I won't be trying to defend. I will be trying to defend myself. I got nothing to do. Hey guys, I gotta go. It's 9:00. See ya. I gotta go. But yeah, we go. And remember this. Now I won't have any time. If the good Lord sees fit that I make it somewhere near him, I won't have time to be thinking about defending Trump. I got my own life. There are a lot of things I got to defend on my own. I won't be defending him. That's up to him. That's the one place in the universe, when it happens, nobody can help you. It is not the falling down that gives us strength. It is the raising. It is the... Okay, we're done. But anyway, we got to go. It is not the falling down that gives you strength. It is the getting up each and every time you do. So I'll leave you this morning with, keep getting up. Don't just fall down and stay down. Get up. Have a great day. The good Lord said sing. We'll be back tomorrow in more illuminating conversation. Y'all make me look smarter every day I show up. See you later.
Every moment filled with your